kind of speaking exam?
Yes, now it is recording.
Okay. Okay. All right. It says got it. Let me get rid of that. Okay. Okay, because it was covering your face.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm just going to ask you, of course, some part one questions, just a couple, because it doesn't have to be a very long demo. It's we're just kind of like, giving her people a chance to see what I do.
Yes,
Okay.
Sarah.
So usually I'm a little more organized than this, but this is the best I can do right now because I'm going to look up the questions on my phone and it's really tiny and I can hardly see, but okay. So the first question I want to ask you
One
is
second, wait. We
what?
will just only do part one, not the full exam.
Oh yeah, I only do the speaking part. That's it. Oh no, no, no.
Only
We're going
part
to do
one,
part
personal
one.
question.
We're going to do part one, a couple questions for part one, and then we're going to do a part two question, and then the follow-up for part three. So
Okay.
we'll do all three parts of the speaking exam, okay?
So
But
part
I'm
two,
just
I
gonna,
need like minute to prepare and
yeah.
correct? Okay,
Yeah, I don't have my
the notebook.
I don't have my stopwatch, so we're just gonna have to kind of guess. But yeah, normally during the exam, for sure, you would have a minute to prepare, okay, to write down some keywords or whatever phrases to help you remember your answer,
How will you
okay?
send me the cue
And then
card
I get,
question?
what's that?
How will you send me the cue card question, the part two question?
Normally, I would just do it on a share, okay? So, yeah, let me,
Share screen, or you can simply send them to my WhatsApp.
yeah, let me do, let's see, I have to bring it up first. Should have been a little more, I wasn't really going to be that formal with this. I was just going to kind of have you just answer the question.
Okay, it's up to you. I just thought it
Let's
can
see.
be a typical IELTS
I have to
exam.
find, yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's normally what I do with the practice, but like, I just kind of wanted just to be like a little short demo. I don't want to even take like the full, normally I work with a person for a half an hour, but I don't even want to take that long because I don't want to take up your time. I just want,
No
I just want
problem.
to do a quick like
I'm
10-minute
all
thing
here.
if that,
I'm with
yeah,
you. Okay. Now it's your call.
yeah.
Just tell me what to do, and it's up to you. I'm here.
Okay, yeah, let's just do it that way because,
Okay.
yeah, because then I would have to, if we do it the other way, real formal way, I'm going to have to search for stuff.
No
But
problem.
normally, yeah, I would share the screen to show the, the cue card. Yeah,
Okay.
so, okay, but I don't really want to share the screen because then it's going to cover us up as we're talking. So, okay, so let's just go ahead and I'm just going to ask you the first question they ask at the exam is, will you please give me your full name?
Well, I'm called Malak Osama, but you can simply call me Malak.
Okay, thank you. All right. All right, next you're for your ID. I'm not going to do that. I don't need to see that. Okay, and where do you come from, Malik?
I'm Egyptian. I live in 6th of October city. It's a city near to Giza. It's not the capital of Egypt. However, it has lots of sightseeing, like pyramids. So it is a wonderful city.
Okay, great. All right, so I'm going to also ask you, oops, what happened to my things? There he is. Okay, are you working or studying right now?
Actually, both. I do work and study. I work as an English instructor, as I've told you before this test, and I study to improve my teaching skills and, of course, my English language in order to help my students be better in the language speaking skill. Speaking, writing, listening, and reading, of course.
Okay, great. So you do it all. Okay, I'm only comfortable doing with the speaking.
It's my best, actually, speaking. But
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
a bit aware of four skills.
Yeah. Okay. All right, so I'm going to ask you, what is my phone doing here? It keeps wanting to. Okay, so I'm going to ask you something about your, ooh, okay, pets and animals is the topic. So,
Okay.
what's your favorite animal and why?
Well, uh, I love the question because I'm in love with any being, animals, people, plants.
Mhm.
But to be specific, if I would have to choose an animal, I would go for pets, of course, not predators. And my best would be dogs, especially golden retrievers. I love them. They are kind, they are loyal, and they are the best friend, even better than
Oh,
humans.
I too am a very much a dog person, even though right now I only have cats, which
Yes,
I
I
love
know.
very much. But I love dogs so much. Okay. What is the most popular animal in your country?
Um, well, I live in a city, not
Mhm.
in the country or in the countryside. So we don't have that much of we don't have many animals. Only street animals or if you can say pets.
Mhm.
Most probably, maybe people can have dogs or cat.
Mhm.
On the other hand, if you go to the country, you can find the barn animals, cows, sheep, chicken, and those kind of animals.
Oh, okay. Great. All right. Have you ever had a pet before?
Well, I would love to. I mean, as I mentioned before, I love dogs. However, due to my mother's fear of animals, she says that it's enough for me to feed all three of you, you and your sister and brother. I don't have
Oh.
to have another being to feed and to have a responsibility of. So, to answer
Mm.
your question, no, I haven't had an animal before.
Yeah, I have three cats right now, and they are a responsibility.
Yes, luckily,
So,
but they are kind and
yeah,
they
they
give
are.
positive energy at home.
Oh,
My
yeah,
brother
positive
here
energy.
is really dying to have a cat, but my mother keeps
Mhm.
saying no. Actually, she has a phobia of cats. Cats and dogs and
Mm,
any any other being.
yeah, I think a lot of Egyptian mothers
Yes,
have
yes.
have phobia of
I
cats and
mean, it
dogs,
can be like they are making up an excuse in order
not to
to
have
not
to have.
let their
Yeah.
children. But I have a
Mm,
friend of mine who convinced her mother to have a cat, and she will have the full responsibility of it. And the mother kept saying, "No, I have a phobia." But later on, the mother was the first one to be responsible for the cat because she loved it. She takes care of it, and she asks only about the
mhm.
food of the cat, not the food of her children.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so as we were talking about before, then after they do the part one, they move on to part two, okay, which normally you get a minute to prepare for, and then I think it's what, 2 to 3
I'm well
minutes to
prepared.
speak?
Okay.
Yeah, so a lot of people I think get stressed out by this part. I don't know why,
Yes,
but I feel like
it's
they
really
get,
stressful, actually, to be honest with
mhm.
you. You're a native. As for me, I will try my best.
It's stressful even as a native because I've had like, my Ragab, my husband, asked me part two questions and I'm like, because
Yes,
you
yes.
have to
I mean,
know
even in
what to
Arabic,
say.
I tried it with my of
Mhm.
my candidates to speak in Arabic about a topic for 2 minutes. It was really hard. So it just needs
It is.
practice.
Yeah, exactly. And I tell people, the important thing is just try to keep
Mm-hmm.
speaking as much as you can,
Mm-hmm.
even just whatever comes to your head, talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
And the really important thing for the listener is they have to be able to comprehend what you're saying, understanding what you're saying. I think a lot of times people tend to worry about using big fancy words and, idioms and stuff like that. They're so worried about adding these things in that their answers, they get frustrated, they get stressed, and their answers get,
Not
kind of
logical
like,
because they are
yeah,
stressed in their mind
exactly.
how to use the wide range of vocabulary and idioms
Mm-hmm.
and how to use the right grammar. And of course, you need to be
Mm-hmm.
natural on the top of all of that. So
Mm-hmm.
they have like a shock in their mind.
Yeah, exactly. And I try to tell people just relax and just let yourself speak.
Hmm.
Okay. And just try to be as understandable as you can. If you try to get too fancy, it can work against you,
Yes, I
so
agree.
you have to be careful of that. Okay. So the question I'm going to ask you, okay, describe an old person you know and respect. So if you want to think about it for a little bit, go ahead and just start talking when you're ready.
Do you have some points of criteria?
Yeah, I mean, it says right here, I mean, you don't have to go by the points of criteria, unless you really need that. They're just there to help you think
Yes,
up an
I know.
answer. So
Please
yeah, you
help
know
me.
this. Okay. Okay. So you would talk about who he or she is, how
Hmm.
you know this person, what he or she is like, and explain why you respect him or her.
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
So, asking about someone I love and respect, who is old, it just brings me some memories to remember all my family members. I mean, those who are the people that I love and respect. But the one that I would choose for this question is my grandfather. He's a professor in the University of Al Azhar in Cairo, Egypt. I know him, of course, because he is my grandfather, and I love about him that he is dedicated to work and he is um, dedicated to learn, even if he is almost 80 and he keeps learning. He is also um, keen on teaching people, helping people how to
Mhm.
study and how to be better version of themselves. Um, Personally, I have learned from him a lot. I have learned how to love myself, how to love my job, how to love helping others, and how to be uh, the best me.
Okay, great.
Thank
That
you.
was a really good answer. Yeah. Okay, so then they have you do some follow-up questions after
Oh,
that, which is part three,
yes.
which also is another one that people kind of get a little bit stressed out,
I also
because
like as stairs. You go up,
Mhm.
and it gets harder, but it's not that hard.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah, no, like I said, but obviously you're a high level of English speaker.
It
You
didn't
know.
come just like that. It had a lot of time and a lot of effort
Oh
and
yeah.
practicing
A
and
lot of practice
stress.
and using the language.
Oh,
Yeah, you have to use the language to get good at it. That's why I can't speak Arabic because I don't.
yes, I was about to ask you the same thing. How long have you been living in Egypt? Maybe you can answer that
About
question.
4 years, 4 or 5 years.
4 years and you didn't get
Yeah.
a full sentence in Arabic?
I can speak a little bit.
Okay.
I know what to
Maybe
say
because
when I
people
need
in Egypt
to.
are welcoming to others, and they would like to show
Mhm.
this welcoming by speaking their language, and of course, English is much common nowadays.
Mhm.
And they would like to use you. They would like to practice their English.
Oh, of
And
course.
instead
Yeah,
of
nobody
using
wants to
you,
hear me.
they practice you.
Nobody wants to hear me speak. Nobody wants to hear me speak Arabic because every
Oh,
time I try to speak Arabic, they look at me like a deer stuck in headlights. They're like,
really?
"What did you?"
No,
Yeah, my
actually,
accent
it
is
would look really
horrible.
cute.
Horrible.
Okay.
No, the only one that thinks I'm cute is the lady that sells me vegetables downstairs.
Okay.
Yeah, she's the only one that thinks it's cute when I try to speak Arabic. Everybody else is like, what did she just say? Okay, so part three. Okay, I'm just going to ask you a couple. Like I said, I know part three, you're supposed to give a little more extensive answer than part one. Okay, so what qualities does a person need to have to take care of old people?
Hmm. Well, that's a tough question. I mean, let me think about it. Uh,
Mhm,
if you're asking for one simple quality, I would answer
mhm,
simply kindness. If you
mhm,
need to look after others, you need to be caring and um, to see them as they are valuable. So you need to be kind to them. You need to be to concern their interests and their benefits or the things that benefit them. So simply
mhm,
as kindness.
mhm, mhm. Okay. Um, how can people in the neighborhood help the elderly during during an epidemic?
Well, um, as far as I recall, we have lived this really in the past year or past couple of years when we had the corona virus and we had the lockdown. So some
Mhm,
people maybe were away from their family members, the youngest who can take care of them and look after them.
mhm,
So they couldn't even maybe get their household important things like food, maybe paper towels for the toilet,
mhm,
even water and even clothes for the winter. So I believe the pandemic let us know the importance of having neighbors. So, as for example, I had a neighbor. He is elder, and he needed some help because his child is or his boy is locked down away in another country in Canada. So
mhm,
when we were bringing our important things, our food or our things, we needed to ask about him. We needed to see if he needed some help or if he needed to buy anything, and it was really it made him cheerful and brought the happiness to his heart that can
mhm.
be good for himself physically and psychologically.
Okay, great, great. Okay, well, thank you. You did a really good job.
Thank you. I would like to have my band actually. I was a little
Yeah.
bit scared, and we didn't prepare that. I didn't have the question. It was on the spot.
Mhm,
So what do you
mhm.
think?
What do I think your band is? I would definitely see you I mean, if I was an actual examiner, I would probably put you at a band 8
Oh,
for
that's
speaking.
nice. Okay. Why not
Yeah.
nine? What
Why
are
not
the
9? Um,
huh?
I think the reason why not 9 is, I mean, you definitely could be a 9, but I think if it was the questions that I asked you, definitely, you did really, really good with the animal question. I think the part three of the questions, I kind of felt like you were searching a little bit, for your answers. Even though you gave a really good answer, really good answers, I felt like you were kind of searching for words. And, with the qualities of taking care of an elderly person or an old person, you said kind, you picked out one quality, but the question was qualities, and I was kind of waiting for you to kind of put on as adding a little more than one quality. And the one thing I was waiting for is patience. You really have to be patient to take care of old people. Believe me, I know, because I've taken care of old people.
I got you.
They can be really trying at times. But no, you definitely have the vocabulary, you definitely have the grammar, you definitely have, the logistics and all to be a 9. But, I think,
cohesion or pronunciation, cohesion and coherence.
Yeah, pronunciation. Yeah, your pronunciation is great too. I mean, of course you have an accent. There's no reason to get rid of your accent. Okay,
really?
A lot of people. Yeah, I think that's a lot of people get hung up on. I want to sound British or I want to sound American. Yeah,
don't sound either British or American. I sound Egyptian.
No, you just sound like an Egyptian that speaks very good English. Speaks English very well, if you want to be, grammatically correct. But, so yeah, I have heard Egyptian kind of sound Britishy when they try to speak English, and I kind of laugh because I don't know. Sometimes I kind of laugh about it because I'm like, is it just, I don't know if they're just imitating the pronunciation because they listen to more British speakers than they do American speakers. But it just really, there are people that do want to acquire an American accent or a British sounding accent. And that's okay, but it's not, you and I both know that's not important to pass the IELTS speaking part of the exam. They're not looking for your accent. You're British or American.
It's international. So it can be for Egyptians, for Indians, for Chinese, for anyone. So of course we have an accent. It's L1.
Yeah, of course. Just like I'm sure I have an accent when I try to speak Arabic. That's why nobody can understand me. Yeah, it's really bad. Yeah.
I don't imagine that you didn't learn anything in Arabic in those.
No, I know a little bit. Let me think. Let me think. What can I say? I'm trying to think of a sentence. I definitely would not. I would definitely not be able to have a full conversation. Ana Isa Maya. Ana Isa Maya. And empty Isa Shay. And, I know little things like that, like to ask people things. I know how to say halas and best, Oh yeah, I do that a lot.
It's really cute, wallahi. Oh, I love it. No problem.
That's my asthma. Yeah, it's just, when I laugh really hard, I start coughing like crazy. But yeah, I try to say, little things, especially when the Talibot guys deliver things to my home, sometimes they'll call me on the phone because I don't know if they're lost or they're not trying to figure out what building, and they're like talking really fast, and I'm like, halas. Yeah, halas, Masharabi, I don't understand you because they're just rambling on in Arabic, and I'm like, and then I'll be like,
what do you do? Do you give the phone to someone who speaks Arabic to tell the road? Or?
No, I just go downstairs and look for them because usually they're standing right outside my door looking up. I'm like, really?
Here, come.
Yeah, here. Yeah, exactly. So but they start talking really fast, and I'm like, halas, you're just wasting your time.
Because I will not get it, so stop speaking.
Yeah, exactly. It's like you're wasting your energy.
The sentences or the language?
Do they or me?
You don't comprehend the language?
Do I understand
you don't get it at all?
I understand some words.
Hmm.
Yeah, I do. I understand some words. You know,
But
like
not
I
a
can pick
whole
out,
conversation.
I can pick out words, but I can't the whole sentence now.
Hmm.
Yeah. So, you know, it's like I said, I don't really get to be, the only time I'm around people speaking Arabic is usually when I'm with Ragab at his home, because his parents and most of his siblings don't speak English. So of
English.
course the conversation is always in Arabic and
Hmm.
Ragab's always translating.
Translate. He's the translator.
Yeah, everybody thinks he's my translator.
Hmm. Mm-mm.
Nobody realizes he's my husband that don't know us. Yeah, like perfect
Internet. Internet.
Yeah, I'm here, but
Okay. I
oh,
was
now
about
it's
to send you a
clear.
message on WhatsApp. You
Yeah,
have no internet?
yeah, my connection clicked on and off. Yeah, welcome to
Yes.
Egypt. Anyway,
Yes.
I
Internet in
was just,
Egypt. I'm sorry.
yeah, I was just hoping it wasn't doing it while we were recording the test part. I'm
No,
like, oh,
I
please
paused
don't.
it. No, no, no. It didn't
Okay.
happen. I was hearing you well.
Okay, good. That's what I was just hoping that it wouldn't happen while we were doing. I was like, oh, if that happens, we're gonna have to do it over again.
No,
But
alhamdulillah. It just happened after we finished.
yeah,
So this is the
yeah,
thing you
thank
don't like
God.
about Egypt, huh? But you like the weather.
I do like the weather. I don't like the summer weather. That's why I'm always in my bedroom with the air conditioner cranked all the way
Oh,
up. Yeah,
uh-huh.
you are making me hot. Like right now wearing this, I'm only wearing this because we're, you
I'm
know,
wearing
on.
like how many layers? One, two, three, 4 layers. I'm at home. When I
Are you
go out, I
serious?
wear a big
I'm taking, after we're done, I'm taking this hoodie off and I literally only have a t-shirt underneath because
Which state
I'm
you are from
sweating.
exactly?
Huh?
Which state you are from?
I'm from Pennsylvania.
It's really cold, huh? It's freezing.
Very cold. This to me is not cold to me. This is wonderful.
Oh, of course, yes. This is really
Yeah.
freezing to me.
Yeah, because you guys are used to that excessive heat in the summertime. So,
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
yeah. Yeah, I
Yes.
don't like that. I don't
I
like
wish
that.
you
Like,
enjoyed these days in Egypt, now in winter.
yeah, yeah. I just wish that, like I said, it's just the dust and the
Mm.
wind and that my asthma is really bad in the wintertime. You know, like I was supposed to meet someone at Azure Park and they keep asking me, when are we going to meet? Where are we going to meet? And I'm like, I said, I really want to meet, but just, I don't know if I can handle being outside right
Because
now,
of
but
the
maybe,
dust and sand in the weather.
yeah, yeah. And it's hasn't been real sunny. So I don't know. Like I said, I guess, you know, I'll see how I feel. Ragup's supposed to be coming home for a couple weeks in February.
Really?
So
Okay. I'm happy for
yeah,
you.
so hopefully, unless that stupid Omicron variant,
Can't you join him to in Dubai, correct?
Dubai. Yeah, we talked about it, but it's really expensive to rent a flat there.
Yes.
Even a studio,
Mm.
just a one-room flat for me, him, and the three cats
Mm.
is like, you know, 3,000, 4,000, whatever the currency is there. Dummers,
No,
is it?
dinar, I
Dinar?
believe.
Dinars, okay, whatever it's called. I don't know. I can't. I, you know, I'm like, ooh, I'm like, I don't know.
That's a
That's a
lot.
lot of money. Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see. We
But
haven't made up
by
our
the end of
mind.
February, the winter will be over. We will start the spring,
Yeah.
and we will start having
Yeah.
this flower. What do you call it? لقاح
Mhm.
الزهور. It's pieces of flower spread all over the weather in spring
Pollen,
again.
like pollen.
I'm not sure. I will search. I will look it up. But don't you
Yeah,
feel?
that stuff makes me sneeze too.
Oh yes, this is the thing. So you're always
Yeah.
sneezing in Egypt.
Yeah, everybody says they have seasonal allergies. I have all year allergies.
Oh,
So, you know, yeah, between the dust and the pollen and the cat dander.
oh.
So,
So you are allergic to cats? I mean, how do you how?
not severely, but yeah, the dander in the hair can get to me. That's why I take a Claritin in the morning
Uh-huh.
and a Zyrtec at night to sleep, and that helps me.
That's all.
Yeah. So, and I'm always blowing my nose. But I'm not this
Oh,
bad back. I'm not this bad in the States. So it's definitely, I think a lot of it's the pollution in Cairo. The pollution is very bad here. So,
mm.
and I'm not used to breathing in all this, exhaust fumes and
Oh,
stuff,
I don't
because,
know what to tell you. But I'm
yeah,
happy to have this with you,
I
this
want to
meeting.
move to the, I want to move to the seashore.
Where exactly? Alexandria?
I don't know. No, I'm kind of thinking more like Dad, someplace a little
Oh,
more relaxed.
yes, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, you asked me
relax.
about climbing the mountain, Sandra.
Yeah, I really want to climb, and nobody will climb with me. I know you won't because you did it already and you hated
Well, yes,
it.
I
So,
hate it a lot. I mean, it's really
mhm.
killing experience. It's not
Exhausting.
that enjoyable. I mean,
See,
people in Egypt
I
enjoy
love
it.
hiking.
Sarah, what?
I love hiking. I love going for long hikes in the wilderness and
Wow, mashallah.
yeah.
Proud of you.
So, but I really wanted to climb, to the top of, Mount Sinai and St. Catherine's, but Raghab's like really leery about it. I don't know. He's like, I don't know. I don't know if I can make it. I'm like, what do you mean you don't know if you can make it? You ride a bike, he rides a bike like more than 20 kilometers a day back and forth.
But this is a bike and straight roads, not hiking up a mountain.
That's what he says. That's what he says. He says, I don't know if I'm strong enough to make it. I'm like, get out of here. I said, well, go up on the camel trail. It's probably basically a flat, walk up. You just have
You
to
know,
watch out for.
the steps of climbing it are like you need to climb the steps themselves.
Mm, wow.
They are
I can
so
do
high.
it. Yeah,
I don't
I
know.
can do it. I can do
Really?
it. It would be worth it. Yeah, it would be worth it just to see to get up to the summit and look, see the beautiful view and
Well, I'm
the
sorry, I can't
sun
help you
coming
with
up.
that because I've lost the number of the person helped us with this.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I tried looking up a couple places and Ragab even tried, and I know a couple places they weren't really running. They said it's too hot to do in the summertime.
Now it
But
is the
then,
season, but people go in
mm,
there because it is snowing and we are not so used to have snowing here in Egypt. So they
yeah.
aim to go there to see the snow. But it's
See, I
pretty
kind of,
beautiful.
yeah. Yeah, I think it would be too cold for Ragab right now.
Yeah,
I
but
think it
for
would be
you
too, it would
it
be too
will be like
chilly. No, for me, I'd be fine. I'd love it. But I was thinking maybe, I wanted to do it back in September, but then he ended up leaving. And
mm.
then I was thinking of maybe doing it in March, but he's coming in February, and I still think
February will
February.
be great, by the way. It will not be
I
that
don't
hot.
know. I don't know. I think it might still be too cold for him, especially at
No,
night.
no, 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 not that cold.
I don't
Winter in
know.
Egypt will be in December and January. It ends
Mm.
by February. You can try this, but I don't recommend it myself.
Yeah, I just really want to do it. Even just to go on a hike would be great, to go into the desert and go on a hike. And my one friend's like, okay, well, there's scorpions. I'm like, scorpions.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, she's all worried about scorpions. I'm like, I don't know. We have rattlesnakes in Pennsylvania. I ain't worried about no scorpion. We have
Oh,
rattlesnakes and all
no.
kinds of
Snakes?
copperheads. Yeah, we have like some
Yum.
poisonous snakes, and yeah, I'm sure there's poisonous snakes in Egypt too, but
I'm not sure. I don't know. I haven't seen.
mm.
They used to
I've
say
never
that.
seen a snake in Egypt, but people say they're there,
I don't
but
know. They
I've
used
never
to
seen.
say that new cities had them before because new cities were built in deserts. Like 6th of October
Mm.
City, it was a desert and then they had
Oh.
buildings and so maybe
Hmm.
they had.
Well, as a matter of fact, are you still recording? You don't have to record all this if you
Okay, I
don't
can
want.
stop it.